A gruesome find by a local pig farmer has community members wondering just what kind of wild animals we have here in our territory. Tewe'én reports. Before we air the story, Mohawk TV advises that some of the images presented are graphic and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Several pigs at a local barn have been viciously attacked and killed. One of several owners, McComber, discovered 4 out of 7 pigs mauled to death by an unknown predator. She recounts her story to us.
Well, I was just going to feed them, and we walked in the barn. We started getting the food ready, and then my son noticed that one of the pigs was laying down, and he thought the pig was sleeping. And I knew that the pig wasn't sleeping because it would have moved if it heard us coming. And so I checked, and I realized that it was dead. There was only one pig inside the barn, so we went outside to check for the rest, and we found another dead one outside, and then I couldn't find the other 2, so I called someone right away, and they went to check it out.
And at that point, were you scared, or were you thinking that whatever it was might have still been around?
I didn't think of that, actually. I just was worried that we lost our pigs.
David McComber, also an owner, describes the wounds inflicted on the pigs as well as his opinion as to what might have caused them.
We went over and we saw one in the pen. It had big slash marks on the side here. There was one inside the barn. It was dead. We turned it over later, and we had big marks behind his neck area. There was one just outside the enclosed area, the pen. It was, I don't know if it was dragged through, and there was one about 75 yards away. We were trying to figure out what might have dragged it and what might have killed them, because there was no marks on the fence, there was no footprints, there was no scratches. It was really weird. It was really weird to see it and try and figure out what happened. We were talking about the full moon, wondering like maybe somebody came alive that night, but I doubt it. But yeah, we don't really know what it is. There was reports of bears on a golf course and at I think at Angus's driving range.
We had a kind of a utility car, and we had the spotlights going off, and I just noticed, something big and black out of the corner of my eye, maybe about 100 yards straight in front of me, and right in the middle of the fairway. So I had a clear shot of it when it went through the spotlights, and I turned to the guy I was working with, and I go, "Hey, look at that! It's a bear, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was kind of jogging down, just right down the middle of the fairway."
So, if you had to take a guesstimate, how big would you say it was?
A couple. I mean, it was pretty big. It wasn't small. I mean, right when you saw how the size of it, it was only 100 yards ahead of us, so you knew it was way bigger than anything around here. So. At least 400 or 500 pounds at least. I think if you're not going to do anything to provoke it, it wouldn't even go near. Because like I said, we were only 100 right there, and my impression was it didn't even notice us there. It just kind of was going about its business. So.
Kahnawak's animal protection and conservation units are advising community members to be aware of wild animal activity in the wooded and less populated areas of Kahnawake.
Big concern is the community safety, because we're not sure what it is that's doing it. Could it be a bear? Yeah, there's no question. But we don't know for sure specifically. Now, we've spoken with officials on the outside, Quebec game wardens, and they said they wouldn't relocate it because all they would be doing is relocating the problem to somewhere else. We were thinking, well, we'll bring it up to Joe Road. They said, not a good idea. If you do, you're giving them a problem. So if we do find it, I'm afraid, and it's not what we want to do, but for the community's protection, we may have to destroy it.
And what precautions can community members be taking at this time?
They should follow their instinct, okay, especially the people in the outlying areas. They should watch their domestic animals, watch themselves, be careful for themselves.
Although it is only speculation at this point as to what exactly killed the pigs, there is no doubt that there are large wild animals roaming in our wooded areas. Therefore, respect and caution should be taken at all times. For Tewe'én, I'm Tewe'én.